You know
Yeah,
what? That's a
He was
fantastic point.
basically
And
even.
after what Cap just said, I'm actually changing my pick. I'm going with Victor because I just realized that not only did Jordan Leavitt say he was going to twerk if he beat Paddy Pimblett, but Paddy Pimblett actually teabagged him after beating him in that fight. And that's got to leave a strain on your confidence. So I think Leavitt's confidence is shot. I think it's Victor all the way.
Scarred.
Yeah.
That's got to leave a stench.
Yeah. You're not coming back.
Yeah, I can imagine. What do you hear? What do you say? This is how to pick up your parlay. I'm Timmy Shoes with Inside Fighting, and I've got the whole team with me. Jesse Rowe and Andrew Capucetti, who's chilling at Ernie Reyes' gym. Guys, what's going on? We got some fights this weekend. We got UFC Vegas 70, and we've got the big Paul Fury fight. What's going on, guys?
What up, Timmy Shoes? Always a pleasure to join you. It's I'm not on location today. I'm in my studio, but it's good to be back on your show, man. I had to host it solo last week. I had to roll solo, but
Yep.
I filled your
Yeah, I
shoes
appreciate that.
as nicely as I could. It's good to have you back.
Timmy's shoes are hard shoes to fill, but I thought you
boy.
did a fine job. Tommy
Always
Fury.
happy to be on the show here, Timmy Shoes. I'm actually at Ninja headquarters. So Ernie Reyes Jr. calls this place Ninja headquarters. Ninja HQ. Follow him on Instagram. But
That's what's up.
proceed.
Very nice. Lots of celebrities, lots of fighters. They like to train there. So that's a cool place to be. But speaking of boxing, because you got a boxing ring right behind you, there's Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. This fight is finally happening. Saudi Arabia. Guys, right now, Jake Paul is a minus 180 favorite. He's undefeated, 6-0. He's beat Tyron Woodley twice. He beat Ben Askren. His best win against Anderson Silva. And then we've got Tommy Fury's 8-0. You know, he's Tyson Fury's younger brother. Guys, what do you make of this fight? He's up plus 140, by the way.
Tommy is,
yeah.
Guys, I have to be honest. I don't think Jake Paul takes the fight if he doesn't really truly believe he's gonna beat Tommy Fury. I'm at a point where I kind of just believe that Jake Paul is going to win until he proves me otherwise. So I'm taking Jake Paul. I don't see. I've only watched one fight by Tommy Fury. It was the recent fight that he had where his dad went where Tommy's dad went berserk and called out Jake Paul after the fight.
Yeah,
I don't remember who the opponent was. But I mean, Tommy, yeah, he's decent. But I actually think Jake Paul gets trained by some of the best boxing trainers. He goes to Puerto Rico. He actually has a really good training team that he pays a lot of money for. And I just think, as hard as this is to admit, because I was not a Jake Paul fan, I believe Jake Paul's going to win, and I think he's actually going to become a pretty good boxer one of these days. So I'm taking Jake.
Nice. I'm agreeing with Jesse on this one. Minus 180. You're not laying down too much money. You know, it's almost 2-to-1 odds. Lay down a couple hundred, win 100 profit. I'm with Jesse. I'm on the Jake Paul train till it crashes. I'm going to keep riding Jake Paul unless he's facing, my guy Nate Diaz. Then I got to go. My brain is always going to tell me to go with the better fighter, the better boxer, which would be Nate Diaz. But in this instance versus Tommy Fury, I'm riding the Jake Paul train till he crashes. Give me Tommy Fury as my lock of the weekend. I haven't even got into the UFC fights. I'm going to go with Jake Paul. I think it's going to be a big show here in Saudi Arabia. So, Timmy, what do you think?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. You interviewed Keegan-Michael Key, who picked Tommy Fury because he thinks that sibling rivalry is going to motivate him to win. I disagree because I think that pressure is on him. Tyson Fury literally said, "You will not be a Fury anymore. You have to retire from boxing if you can't beat Jake Paul."
Wow.
And this is a big test for Jake Paul because he's fighting a guy who's really at the same level. It's not an older MMA guy. It's a younger guy, a younger amateur boxer. In terms of their boxing careers, they're pretty much in the same spot. So there might be some pressure on Jake Paul that way. But Jake Paul's got a lot of haters. I'm not one of them. I think he gets the job done because I think Tommy Fury's going to feel that pressure a lot more than him. Because I think even if Jake Paul loses, he can bounce back. Tommy Fury loses, he has a lot more to lose. And I think that pressure is going to get to him. So, but I do have to say Tommy Fury is an interesting pick. If you want to pick him by decision, it's plus 500. and by KO, it's plus 280. So those are some better odds. But we've also got UFC this weekend, UFC Vegas. You were going to say something?
Yeah, I do want to say one thing. The conspiracy theorist in me, and because this is a betting gambling show, the conspiracy theorist in me makes me think Tommy Fury actually might get this one for the rematch. Maybe Jake Paul's thinking, hey, there's more money in a rematch. So I hate to be that guy, about fixes and stuff. You never know, but hey, this is a gambling show. So bettors beware of, look out for the rematch clause. I don't know if there's a rematch clause.
It's a good point. And that's been
I don't
a problem.
know. That's a great question.
It's been a problem with Jake Paul fights in the past, right? Where people still believe that Silva was knocked down by a phantom punch in the final round, and which I don't think is the case, but it's been accused. Jake Paul's been accused of it before, that his opponents take dives when they fight against him.
Allegedly,
right?
I wouldn't call it a problem right now, but there's been rumors.
Yeah, speculation. Yeah,
speculation.
Yeah.
But but listen,
you gotta find out if he's been hanging out with James Krause.
Yeah. I still think this is a one fight. He moves on to a bigger name. So yeah, it's Jake Paul all the way. Make some money.
Only reason why I disagree with you there, Cap, is because I do think he wants that Diaz fight. So I think he's more likely to just take care of Tommy Fury, and then that actually builds the status for the Diaz fight if he can.
Exactly.
So that's why I think it's legit. Yeah.
Facts. If he knocks out Tommy Fury, then going straight into the Nate Diaz fight would be incredible. So.
Yeah.
Take back whatever I said there.
All right, so we've got some UFC fights this weekend. UFC Vegas 70. It's not a super stacked card, but we do have some good fights. On the prelims, I wanted to mention Jordan Leavitt. He's fighting Victor Martinez, who is a Contender Series product. It's almost even money. Leavitt is a minus 115 favorite. Martinez is minus 105. Leavitt is coming off his loss of Paddy Pimblett, but this is a guy that a lot of people saw as someone who could do good things in the lightweight division with his wrestling. At one point, he was undefeated. He was undefeated when he came into the UFC. And Victor Martinez, he's 13-4. He's on a 5-fight win streak. I actually think it's longer than that. I think he's on like an 8-fight win streak. So it's a very interesting fight. Do you guys have any opinions on this fight?
This fight, because Jordan Leavitt's the fighter that I know that's more well known to me. I'll say this. I think Leavitt's, I agree. I think he's actually got some talent. And I think that you made a good point about his wrestling. That's where it's going to be key for him. If he can get this fight into a wrestling match, or if he can find a way to get this to the ground, I think his grappling will be the story. So I'll take Leavitt in this fight.
Yeah,
not to throw shots here, but you lose to Paddy Pimblett. How good can he really be?
It's a great point, Cap. It's a great point.
Just kidding here. But that said, though, I'm going with Victor. He's on the 5-fight win streak, like Timmy said, possibly 8. We don't got 5 minutes. It's a big jump. Do we not got his winning streak there?
Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-fight win streak.
7-fight winning streak. I mean, let's go. Money's on Victor. And
you know what?
He's plus 115.
He's minus 105. They're both favorites, so that's why this close.
It's even.
You know what? That's a fantastic point.
Even.
After what Cap just said, I'm actually changing my pick. I'm going with Victor because I just realized that not only did Jordan Leavitt say he was going to twerk if he beat Paddy Pimblett, but Paddy Pimblett actually teabagged him after beating him in that fight. And that's got to leave a strain on your confidence. So I think Leavitt's confidence is shot. I think it's Victor all the way. Yeah.
That's got to leave a stench.
Yeah. You're not coming back.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I think Leavitt's an interesting pick for this. I do think he's talented. And I forgot who said it. It might have been Daniel Cormier or Bisping. They said they didn't think Paddy Pimblett was going to be able to choke him out the way that he did, because he beat him by rear naked choke. And I was surprised by that too. But, the fights aren't played out on paper. Paddy Pimblett might be a lot better than people are giving him credit for even now. But I like Leavitt in this fight. I think he can grind out a decision. But I want to jump to the main card. We're going to go through some of these quick. Now, Tatiana Suarez is a heavy favorite. She is by far the heaviest favorite on this card, minus 750 against Montana De La Rosa. Tatiana Suarez is undefeated, 8-0. She's viewed as a as a future title contender in that flyweight division for the women's category. Guys, I don't think we have to say much about this. Obviously, Suarez, if she loses, that is the parlay buster. Do you guys agree, disagree?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to answer this first, but I think our answers are going to be the same. I mean, I wouldn't even bet this fight alone unless you're going to bet the house. Bet everything you got on Tatiana because she's going to win. Otherwise, throw her into a parlay because this one is she's gonna win. She's too good. She's too talented, and she's on the rise.
Bet your house, bet your brother's house, bet your auntie's house, bet the whole fucking neighborhood.
That's right.
Tatiana Suarez is not losing this weekend. She's the female Khabib for a reason. No disrespect to her opponent. I've been watching Tatiana Suarez for many years. I'm a big believer in her talents. Her grappling is next level. Her wrestling is next level. I think this should be a walk in the park with her. And it's been a 4-year layoff. I don't think I've ever been more excited for a return. John Jones has been laid off. He hasn't fought in 3 years, right? Connor hasn't fought in about 2 or 3 years, Timmy?
2 years.
Okay, Tatiana Suarez hasn't fought in like 3.5, 4 years. I'm super excited to return. Her skill level's in a different stratosphere, I think, than most of her opponents. And I would bet she's minus 775. I know you got to lay down $800 just to win 100. So if you want to win $1,000, lay down that $8,000. It's worth it. You know what I mean?
Yep, you guys are absolutely right.
Bet the entire neighborhood. If she loses, this is not gambling advice.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
Hey, if you want to throw a couple bucks on Montana, she's a plus 550. But honestly, Suarez is the real deal. She's beat Esparza, who's a former champion. She beat Alexa Grasso, who's fighting for the championship next week or a few weeks from now. And then in the main event, we've got Nikita Krylov, who is a minus 170 favorite, going up against Ryan Spann, who's plus 145 underdog. Krylov is 29-9. He's 3-2 in his last 5. Both guys are. But Krylov's coming off 2 big wins against Oezdemir and Gustafsson, and Spann is coming off 2 big wins in Dominic Reyes and Ian Cutelaba. Guys, what do you make of this fight?
Wow. Go ahead, Cap. I'll let you take this one first.
Two beasts going at it. Krylov's been a UFC veteran for a long time. Ryan Spann coming off that crazy knockout of Dominic Reyes. That was insane. It's a tough pick. I'm sorry to ask you for the odds again. What are the lines, Timmy?
Krylov is minus 170 and Spann is plus 145. So Spann's a slight underdog.
I'm only here to make people money. I'm trying to actually put money in your pockets. I'm going to go with Ryan Spann at plus 145. That's a good bet. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm extremely confident in that bet. But if you're looking to make a little money, throw something small down there. He is an underdog. You get a nice little return, about 1.5. Ryan Spann has that knockout power. Krylov is a taller guy. You know, sometimes those taller guys, I don't know. Who knows? I was going to say they're easier to hit, but sometimes they're harder to hit. But he has that knockout power. So I'm not. My pick is Ryan Spann.
And I'm looking at it. I look at their previous, both 3-2 in their last 5, like you said, but they've both had some good competition with Krylov beating Gustafsson and with Spann beating Reyes and Cutelaba. Those are no slouches themselves. I get terrified by names by Nikita Krylov. It's just that name just absolutely terrifies me. So based on that
he's Ukrainian. Not
right.
Russian.
He's Ukrainian. They're built different over there in the Ukraine. I'm taking Krylov, and it's not like Cap said. It's not like I'm not confident with the pick, but I just that's my analysis is that he's Ukrainian and I'm Ukrainian, so I'm going with my Ukrainian blood on this one.
Love that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. This is a tough fight to pick because I think Ryan Spann he really can knock out anybody. He does have a different sort of punching power, but Nikita Krylov, I think, has more ways to win. I think he's more well-rounded. He doesn't have to rely on the knockout to win. So I can very easily see, like, if I was going to pick how it plays out, Krylov by decision, I think, is how I would go. But Jesse, I think you mentioned Suarez in a parlay. So why don't we jump right into Timmy's super parlay of the week? I've got one. It's plus 28.78. Okay. It's a 5-leg parlay with Jordan Leavitt, Dontel Mays, Andre Muniz, Nikita Krylov, Tatiana Suarez, and Lanez. He's the first fight on the main card. He's a plus 185 underdog, Johan Lanez. But if you put down $10 on this parlay, you win almost $300. So I think almost everyone's a favorite except Lanez. And I think Lanez he's 9-1, and I think he's a good high value underdog pick. So the rest, I think Leavitt. Oh no, they're all favorites except for Lanez. So that's why it's a little bit of a lower parlay, but I think this one's a little bit more likely to hit. What do you guys think?
I think Timmy's super parlays are garbage, but let's see if this one works out.
I am concerned about because I already bet against Leavitt, so I'm tempted to remove him from the parlay. I worry about his confidence going into the next fight. But I like it because you got Krylov and Suarez on that, and you're still getting good odds. So you need a couple of underdogs to hit. So it's not a bad parlay because you got two people that could legitimately win, and one of them is almost guaranteed to win. So that's you basically need the other 4 to hit. You got one guarantee in there.
Yeah. So quick correction here. I said Lanez is the only underdog, but Mays is an underdog too.
Oh.
But he's fighting Augusto Sakai, who's been knocked out in his last 4 fights. So I think it's a little crazy. Sakai is the favorite. So I think Mays is a great parlay pick. But anyway, sorry. What were we going to say?
No, Jesse's our timekeeper here. How much longer do we have?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. All right, so it's because, Timmy, you brought up Muniz in your parlay.
Correct. Oh, yeah.
Is this his first fight since breaking? No, he's fought since breaking Jacare's arm.
He has, yes. He beat Uriah Hall, if I'm not mistaken.
I just want to talk about him real quick. Do you think he's going to be a champion one day, Timmy, or how big are you on Muniz?
He's got all the skills, man. It's just a matter of putting it all together. I think he's on a 9-fight win streak, and he's definitely heading in that direction.
Who's he fighting? What are the odds? Let's do his fight real quick.
Muniz is a minus 225 favorite against Brandon Allen, who's a plus 190. Muniz, he's 5-0. I think he's 9-0 overall. And he has wins over Uriah Hall, Eric Anders. He broke Jacare Souza's arm. Brendan Allen, he's a plus 190. He's got wins over Sam Alvey, Jacob Malkoum, and Punahele Soriano, friend of Inside Fighting. And he's a plus 190.
The matchmakers on this one. This is a phenomenal fight. Allen likes to stand there and bang. Has a little wrestling. But Muniz with his superior grappling, minus 225, you said? Put a grand on Muniz. I think that's a solid bet. I think you should be able to submit Brendan Allen. I don't know what you guys think.
I think Muniz will beat Allen as well. And so that's 2 that are part of the parlay that I feel are very good picks. So if you think that Krylov has a shot, then I think that you really only have 2 that you desperate that are question marks, that are potential parlay busters here. But I like 3 of those 5 picks. So I think it's worth it. I'm pulling Leavitt from the parlay. I'll go with the odds on a 4-leg parlay. That's my personal bet.
Those odds are probably still pretty good.
Yeah.
Everyone give a lock. My lock, I know I said it was Jake Paul earlier. My lock is Tatiana Suarez of the weekend.
Same.
Yes. Same.
Yeah, well, I wanted to pick Tatiana Suarez, but I feel compelled to be different. So I'm going to go with Andre Muniz for my lock of the week.
Like it.
Love that.
All right, guys. This was how to fuck up your parlay. I'm Timmy Shoes with Inside Fighting. I got Jesse Rowe here. I got Andrew Capucetti. You know where to find us, InsideFighting.com. Social medias, we're on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. You know where to find us. Thanks for watching, guys.
What's going on?
Peace.